How's it going, everybody? I'm going to show you how to make a pyramid just like this shape here or this shape here. The height of the pyramid is going to depend on how we measure it later, but you can make both using the same technique. We're going to start by getting 2 paper strips, just like I showed you in the making a cube video and in cutting out paper strips. What's important is that they are the same size as each other, and the width of the strip is going to be how big the bottom of your pyramid is. So the wider the strip you cut, the bigger your pyramid will be in the end. I am also measuring out some squares on there, just like I did for the cube. So the first couple steps are exactly the same as the cube video. I line up each strip at the very top, and I make a line, and I scoot it down so that everything is all regular. For this technique, you actually only need 3 little boxes, and then we'll cut off all the extra. There we go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. 1, 2, 3. Now I am going to, as the first step of making this pyramid, I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to glue these 2 strips together in the middle. Can spread the glue a little bit, and then I will line up one of the squares so that I have a perfectly square base. Being very careful to have good craftsmanship. Line up all my lines so I have a nice little square, and I'll push it down just like that. There we go. So now I need a compass. This is where you decide how tall you want your pyramid to be. If I want a short pyramid like this, I will have the compass be close together. If I want a tall pyramid like this, I will have the compass be further apart. Whatever you decide, every single time you make a mark, it has to be exactly the same. So decide first, and then once you start making your marks, do not let the compass move even a little bit. It will throw off the whole pyramid. But the compass has a pointy side and the pencil side. What we're going to do is put the pointy side exactly on the corners of the center square and make a little X mark through the side. Since I only have one side on here, I'm going to make sure that the compass, I'm just going to do it so that the compass, see, I've measured it so that the compass meets that little line. That's what I'm going to do. So I make a little bit of a mark there, and then I come to this side. I put the point right on the corner of the square, and I finish crossing that little X. So now I have a little, where that crosses, I have a little mark. And I do this on every corner. This is finding the center without me having to measure it. See, I didn't change the size of the compass. I'm just changing the corner that it's on and make the little mark, and it will find the center every single time. That is one of the, besides drawing circles, that is one of the very valuable things that a compass will do. So again, I'm putting the pointy mark, the pointy part on the corner of the square. Put it on this corner of the square and make a little cross so that I can find the center of each box. On this one, it's cut a little short, but it will still work. They cross right there. I'm going to be folding all this in so all my pencil marks will be will be hidden. Now, I am going to take my ruler and I will connect each corner with that little mark that I just made. And you'll start to see a sort of a shape that looks like a flower kind of emerge. These are the edges of your pyramid. These are the triangle edges of your pyramid. There we go. Okay, last step. I need to make some tabs for myself to glue. This is where the glue is going to be. So I need to cut off extra. I'm going to cut across the top of the triangle, and I'm going to cut not on the line. I'm going to leave a little space like that. This extra tab is going to be where I add the glue. That's maybe a little too short right there, but it'll be okay. So now I'm cutting across the top of the triangle, and I leave myself a little tab like that. Cut across the top, and I'll leave myself a little tab on every single side. There we are. Now I just have to fold it up and glue it together. I fold up on the square and fold in on the tabs, exactly on that little pencil line. So that each side will look like this. And you'll see, as you start to do this, how this is all going to fit together. So I'm folding exactly on the little pencil lines. There we go. And then I can fold up the edges. I want to make sure that I've folded all the sides first before I start gluing. There we go. So now you can test it before you start to glue. Always good to do. Make sure, measure twice, cut once. You know that. There we go. So it's all going to fit together very neatly. Now remember, a little tiny bit of glue goes a long way. So what you can do is add a little bit of glue. Use your finger to wipe off the extra and stick it to your finger or a napkin or something. And then pinch it closed. The less glue means less waiting for glue to dry. More glue means more waiting. More glue does not make your project stronger. It makes the paper soggy, and it makes it take forever for it to dry. A little glue goes a long way, and it will still be strong. You will see. I'm using a little bit of glue, and my projects are very strong. Like this one. Very strong. There you go, and my very last side. A little bit of glue in there. Spread it with my finger. And we will pinch this closed. There you go, gotta make sure it's folded in. And there we go. There's my pyramid. All done. Rewatch this video if any part is confusing, or speed it up on the parts where you think you get it. This is not fitting exactly in there totally right. I think that's because I made my tabs a little bit too big. So if you find that there we go. All done. Just wait to let it dry.